Hello everyone, we'll be starting in a minute, okay? Today we'll be going through subtraction. 2 days ago, you learned how to add, right? It was pretty easy. Now we'll have subtraction with some tips and tricks. And for the daddies and mummies watching, we will have a TASMO briefing a bit later at 6:30. Sorry, at 6, not 6:30. Okay, it's 5:30 now. Welcome everybody. Today we'll be going through our calculation booster 2. Okay, 2 days ago we learned about addition. Now we'll learn about subtraction. So let's revise what we learned last time. So firstly, we know that making groups of 10 can help us calculate faster. See, if we add 10 plus 6, the last number would still be a 6 with a 1 at the front. Next, we can also use best friend numbers to help us add faster, because adding with 10 is a lot easier. Alright, so best friend numbers are 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, and the rest. Okay, so this is about addition. Now, today, we'll be learning something new. We are learning about brother numbers. So you see, brother numbers here, we have two examples. We have 14 and 4. We also have 16 and 6. Now, give yourself 10 seconds to think about it. What is brother numbers? Okay, brother numbers are numbers that has the same number at the end. So you see, over here on the left, we have 4 at the end. We also have 4 at the end. On the right, we have what? 6 and 6. Another example is 25 and 5. They are also brother numbers. You see, why? Because there's a 5 here and a 5 at the end. Okay, so these are brother numbers. Now, what do we need to use them for? We need them because of subtraction. So let's see. We have how many eggs here? We have 14 eggs here. And then we want to minus 4 eggs away. See, minus 4. Okay, now what does this equal to? With the help of the pictures, we can just take away 4 from here, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are we left with? We are left with 10. Okay, so we have 14 and 4. Are they brother numbers? Yes, they are. We can say that 14 is the bigger brother of 4. Okay, when 14, you take away 4, you will get an easy number like 10. So we see if this works for other brothers. Next example, we have some balloons. So one group of this is 10 balloons. We have 10, and we have what? So how many do we have in total? We have 21 balloons. And I want to take away some balloons. I want to take away 1 balloon. Okay, so I minus 1. How do we do this with the picture? We can just take away 1 balloon here. Let me cancel this, 1 balloon. So how many are we left with? Okay, can type in the chat, how many are we left with? We'll be left with 20. Okay. So let's see. 20 balloons. Okay, over here, our 21 and 1, they are all brothers. Very good. They are all brothers. Right, so you see, if you take away the younger brother from the older brother, you will get a very nice number with a 0 at the back. Alright, so brother numbers are the numbers with the same digits at the end. When doing subtractions, we can get full tens. So let's find our examples here. On our learning exercise, firstly, we have 14 minus 4. Okay, you can ask yourself, are they brothers? Because they are the same number at the end. 14 is the bigger brother, and 4 is the smaller brother here. Okay, and what do we have? We have 10. Right, because 14 minus 4, you are just left with the number on the front. And next, we have 19 minus 9. What is it equal to? It's also equals to 10. Right, because they are brother numbers. We have another brother number here on the third example here. Is my answer 10 or 20? Okay, type in the chat. Which one is it? Is it A, 10 or 20, B? Okay, it is actually 20. Alright, so don't be tricked. You still need to take note of the number over here. Okay, so 25 minus 5 is 20. Okay, 20 is the answer here. Now, I want you guys to try on your own. Take about 1 minute to try to fill in the blanks here. Let me show you one example here. Number 15, when minus a sum number equals to a very nice 10, what could be the blank be? The blank here must be a smaller number, must be a smaller brother of 15, right? So this is the bigger number, and this one has to be the smaller brother. So who's the smaller brother of 15? It must be a 5. Okay, so that's the only example I'm going to give you. For the other two questions, I'm going to give you about 1 minute until 5:37, and we'll review the answer. Okay? Please think about it. Who are the older brothers and the younger brothers? Okay, good job, Feng Wei. Also, hi, Jalen. Hi, Si-Yuan. Okay, very good job. Okay, think about it. Okay, let me review the answer here. For number 2, we have 23 minus something equals to 20. So 23 is the older brother. Okay, good job, Feng Wei. Good job, Jalen. You guys are listening. So you minus 3, you get 20. Okay, and 37, to get to 30, you need to minus 7. Okay, so we recap. 37 is the bigger brother. 7 is the smaller brother. Okay, very good job. So we've learned what is brother numbers. Okay, take note. Brother numbers. They are the numbers with the same digits at the end. Now, let's try something else. We have many numbers here. Just now we only have 2 numbers, right? So now we have 13 minus 5 minus 3. So normally, what do your daddy, mommy tell you to do? You do from left to right. Do we do 13 minus 5? Okay, 13 minus 5 is very hard, right? Do you need to take out 13 fingers, then take away 5? No, do you even have 13 fingers? No, right? We want to make our lives easier. We want to minus away the easy numbers. So over here, do you spot any brother numbers? If yes, you can type in the chat. So who are the brother numbers? Is it 5 and 3? Is it 13 and 5? Okay, it must be 13 and 3. So you see, these 2 numbers are brother numbers. Remember, why are brother numbers useful? Because when you take away the younger brother here, okay, you will get a full 10. So we can jump actually. We don't need to always do from left to right. We can jump. 13 minus 3. What is it equal to? It equals to 10. Okay, what do we do with this 10? We take 10 minus 5. Okay, so what's 10 minus 5? 10 minus 5 is equals to 5. Very good job. Over here. So we can jump numbers, right, to make our calculations a lot easier. Very good job. Next, I have some exercises for you. We have 16 minus 8 minus 6. Now take note, what did we do earlier? We jump numbers. We don't always have to do from left to right. We can put the easier numbers together. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute and you can tell me all the answers in the chat here. Okay, time is almost up. Let me review the answer here. So, firstly, we have 16 minus 8 minus 6. The brother numbers are 16 and 6. 16 minus 6 is equals to 10. Now we are left with 10 minus 8. The answer must be a 2. Next, I have 12 minus 2. They are brother numbers. This is the 10. 10 minus 4 equals to 6. Lastly, we have 15 minus 5. This is also a 10. 10 minus 9 equals to 1. Okay, very good job. Alright, so in case you don't know how to do 10 minus something, let's recap. So we know the best friend numbers, right? For example, 9 plus 1 equals to 10. 9 and 1 are best friend numbers. We can also do the same with subtraction. We can take 10 minus 9 would give us the other best friend, which is a 1. Okay, so this is useful if you know the best friend numbers. Okay, good job Jalen and Fengli. You guys did very well here. Okay, now let's move on. We are a little bit fast today. Okay, so the next part will be a little bit difficult. Let's think about it. Which one is easier to solve? Is it A, 15 minus 5? Or B, 15 minus 6? Let's try. Okay, this one is fairly simple because we just learned the brother numbers, right? These two are brother numbers. We know that if we minus the brother numbers, we will get a full 10. But what about B? B, they are not exactly brothers, but they are very, very close. 6 is too much, right? So we actually minus 1 more. Right, so this is very difficult here. A is a lot easier. Now, what about this one? Which equation is easier to solve? Okay, let's try both ones. Again, you don't always have to do from left to right, right? When you look at it, sometimes you may feel that D is easier because 9 and 1 are together. So this is 10, right? This is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. But we learned just now that you can jump numbers. There's 9 and 1. This is also a 10. And we are left with the 4 in the middle. So we can take 10 plus 4 equals to 14 as well. Very good job. Okay, so this is actually the same. Okay, good job, Claire. Right, both of it is actually the same. If you know the trick, both is also easy to solve. Okay, now we're gonna make things a little bit difficult. Just now we only have minus. This one we only have plus. Next one, we will have plus and minus. Okay, for the first one here, we can jump numbers. So for the 5 and 5 here, what is this? This is a 10. Okay, and what are we left with? We're left with 11. Now, what is 10 plus 11? Now, this is a little bit difficult, alright? Okay, for those of you who don't know, right, we are now dealing with 10 plus 11. Now, you can imagine this 11 is 10 and 1. Okay, very good job. Okay, because they are both two-digit numbers, it means that they are very big, right? Some of you are still using fingers to count, but if you manage to split 11 into 10 and 1, what do we have here? We have 10 plus what? This equals to 21. Okay, so our answer for the first part is 21. Now, the next question here, we have 16 plus 8 minus 6. Do we do 16 plus 8 first? Is this too difficult? Well, some of you might be able to do it, but I think it's too difficult. We want it to be fast. Right, so we put the brothers together. 16 minus 6. Okay, some of you got it already. This is 10. And then we're left with 10 plus 8 equals to 18. Okay, very good job. Now, we have a little word problem here. There were 7 birds in a tree. After a while, 5 birds flew away. Then 3 birds flew back. How many birds are left in the tree? Can you write the formula here? Okay, so based on this story, I want you guys to write a formula like this one here. Okay, we have a number plus a number minus a number, something like that, equals to the result that we want. So I'll give you guys about 4 minutes to write this on your paper here. Okay, or then if you're fast, you can type in the chat. Alright, good luck. Remember to read the words carefully, okay? Oops, I muted myself, but I was saying that Jalen actually got the right answer here. Okay, good job, Jalen. Okay, in 1 more minute, I will review the answer to everyone, okay? Okay, good job. Now let's see. When we are reading word problems, it's important that we underline our key points here. Alright, so let's see. How do we underline? There were 7 birds in the tree. Okay, 7 birds. After a while, 5 birds flew away. Okay, so flew away means they are gone, right? Right, let's read on. Then 3 birds flew back. Okay, so 5 birds flew away. I think that's a minus. Why? Because the number of trees are now lesser or more. Okay, they're lesser now, right? So let's write here, minus. Now, what about flying back? There are 3 birds that flew back. So this is a plus, because the number of birds are more now. Okay, so how many birds are there left in the tree? So we're counting the number of birds in the tree, right? At the start, we have 7, we minus 5, and then what? We plus how many? We plus 3. Okay, now we have the equation now. But is calculation easier? Okay, remember, we might want to use our best friend numbers. Okay, so let's use another color. We have 7 and 3. They are best friend numbers. This is what? 10. And then we have 10 minus 5 equals to 5. Okay, so very good job to Jalen and Feng Wei. You guys have the correct equation here. Okay, very good job. Actually, that was the last question of the day. You guys completed it so fast. Very good job to all of you. Okay, so let's summarize what we have learned so far. We learned that brother numbers are the numbers with the same digit at the end. And when doing the subtractions, we can get a full 10. Okay, so let me test you something. I have 9, 96 minus 6. What's the answer here? Okay, let me give very, very big numbers. I have 1, 2, 3 minus 3. What are they equal to? Okay, firstly ask yourself whether they are brother numbers. Okay, let's give it a try. Can you type in the chat? What's the answer for both numbers? Right, both questions. Okay, okay. First one is 90. Very good job. You guys got it very, very fast. First one is actually 90. But what about the second one? Okay, Jalen, you got it very good. Okay, it's actually 120. Okay, so this 1, 2, 3 is a very, very, very big brother of 3. Okay, because there are more numbers at the front. But their end numbers are the same. That's why they are still brothers. Okay, all you have to do is to change the 3 to a 0. So now what? If we have a very, very, very big number, let me give you another one. If we have 3, oh sorry, this is the third question, alright? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus 9. What does it equal to? Okay, this is a super, super big number. What does this equal to? Alright, quickly type in the chat. Oops. Okay, so it doesn't actually matter what number is in the front, right? All you have to do is to change the last number to a 0. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the number after that? It is a 0. Okay, so do you care about the numbers at the front at all? No, because when they are brothers, all you have to do is to change the 9 at the back into a 0. Okay, so you can tell your daddy and mommy, see, I'm so smart, I can do minus in such a big number. Okay, good job, Jalen. Yes, very good job. You can minus in such a big numbers. Alright, so this is brother numbers. It's actually very helpful here. Now the next one here. We need to make calculations easier. Let's put the best friend numbers and brother numbers together. Alright, so we know that we can actually, this is actually 1 over here. Let me draw the 1 here. Okay, this is a 13. 13 minus 5 minus 3. Okay, so 13 and 3 are brother numbers. So this is what? 10. 10 minus 5 equals to 5. Now, is this too easy for you? Let me show you something harder. Okay, let me draw on the top here. Oops, I don't think you can see the top. Let me draw the side. I have, first question, I have 9 plus 13 plus 1 minus 3. What does this equal to? Right? I'm just adding more and more numbers together. Have a try here. Okay, so take note, we are putting best friend numbers and brother's number together because it makes our calculation so much easier. I see a best friend number here. We know 9 and 1 are very good friends. They are 10. We also know that 13 and minus 3 are brother numbers. So when you take 13 minus 3, it is a 10 as well. Ah, very good job. So together, you get what? You get a 20. Very good. Is a 10 plus 10 equals to 20. Very good. Now, I'm going to give you an even more difficult question. I'm going to add more numbers here. Let's see. We have 27 plus 7 plus 3 minus 7 plus 8 plus 18 minus 7. Okay, let me restart. This is too easy. 27 plus 8 plus 19 minus 7 minus 9 plus 2. What does this equal to? Okay, quickly write down on your paper and give it a try. Okay, also, by the way, happy Halloween, right? I realize I haven't said it. But I hope your Halloween has been great, getting many candies. Okay, now it's almost the end. Let me review the answer here. So let's find brother numbers and best friend numbers. Firstly, I have 27 Oops, use another color. I have 27 and minus 7. 27 minus 7 is 20. Okay, and the next one, what do I see? I see another brother number here. 19 minus 9 is 10. Ooh, Jalen, very good. And then I have, what's this? This is a best friend number. 8 plus 2 equals to 10. So how many are there? We have 10 plus 20 plus 10. Our answer is 40. Okay, very good job to Jalen and Feng Wei. You guys got it super fast. Okay, and that's it for today's exercise. Alright, I hope your calculations has improved many times. I'm not sure if you have added so many numbers before. Right, it's very difficult if you do from left to right. Okay, so remember, you can jump numbers. Okay, now enough about adding. Let's talk about the exam. Okay, so all the parents watching. Alright, now we'll start the TASMO K1 briefing here. Alright, so let's go through about what's our important details here. Our date is 11 November 2024. Okay, and our duration, I know you guys might think that it's 1 hour because when you choose to register, it says 1 hour, right? But it's actually 20 minutes. Alright, so the test is designed for the kids to be able to complete within 20 minutes. Okay, now you chose either these two slots, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And there are also two locations. There are Tai Seng, our Tai Seng branch, and our Novena branch here. So only these two choices, right? But since it's 20 minutes, we are actually assigning you to a slot over here. So if you chose 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., you'll be assigned one of these slots here. We have 4 p.m. to 4:20, or 4:20 to 4:40, or 4:40 to 5 p.m. Okay, so anyway, whatever slot you guys choose, you'll be assigned a 20-minute slot. Okay, and what's the format here? We have 12 questions, 8 is MCQ, and 4 is open-ended questions. Okay, where they will have to know, for example, how to do the questions themselves. Okay, there's nothing to choose from. Okay, and let's say your child's name is Jacob, and you are assigned the slot 4:20 p.m. to 4:40 p.m. and you have chosen Tai Seng. So how would the day go like? You have to report and register 5 to 10 minutes early. Okay, try to be early because we don't want the timings to be late to snowball for the rest of the children here. Okay, so the test will strictly start at 4:20 for Jacob, so you have to come a little bit early. Okay, and what do you have to bring? You have to bring stationaries, okay, to write your workings and to write your answers, and you need to bring a jacket because it will be cold there. And lastly, you will need an entry proof. Okay, so please check your email, alright, to see the entry proof here. The entry proof will have your name, your index number, okay, and the relevant details. So what we actually need is your name and index number. Oh, and also to add, we also need your NIRC, okay, plus NIRC. Okay, let me write that. And our birth certificate, okay? Anything to prove that. Or birth cert. Just anything to prove that your child is indeed your child. Okay, we don't want any miscommunications of different children signing up. Okay, so what to bring? Stationaries, jacket, entry proof, and proof of identification. Okay, and after reporting early, what will happen? Oops. Okay, so the format is as such. It is a one-to-one exam. Okay, your child, Jacob, will be attended by one teacher. Okay, and the teacher will read the questions to them. And I know that some children here can read the questions themselves. Right, so you have seen some of the sample papers that we have given. The questions are not supposed to be very long, right? Because we're testing their math abilities, right? Not their English reading abilities, right? Although it's still required. So if your child can read themselves and they happen to read faster than the teacher, right, we will let them do. But by default, we will read the questions to them. Okay, so because we know K2's attention is not very, very good. All right, so we are reading to them to make sure that they're on track, they know what they need to do, okay, and they know what choices they need to make. And to emphasize again, our exam is 20 minutes max. So why do I say 20 minutes max? If they can complete early, it's good, okay, because they can leave early and it also affects their ranking system. Okay, so let me talk about that. Oh, so before that, we are looking out for the children's math abilities. So we are testing on areas like calculation, geometry, and logical reasoning. So for calculation, it's like what we have done earlier today. So for K1, we don't expect them to do a lot of calculation. We're testing them more on their other math abilities as well. So it's not like in school where it's mostly calculation. We also test on geometry. Okay, so remember we have a calculation booster, and next week we have the spatial recognition booster as well. So this will help the children on their geometry skills. So next week, make sure that your child is able to attend, or maybe just make sure they can watch the replay. Okay, because I think it will be very, very helpful. And lastly, logical reasoning. So this logical reasoning is like the crocodile question that some of you may have encountered, right? Where they have to compare between the row and columns and find something that's similar or different. Okay, so basically they need to think, oh, if this happens, what will happen next, right? So these are the main abilities that we want. We also want to see soft skills. Okay, these soft skills are, although it's not really math, but it really affects the ability to answer the questions. So we have attention, observation, and articulation. Attention and observation will help them to see the little details in the question and make sure that they don't miss any important ones. And articulation, okay, we are interested in seeing the kids, right, to be able to justify their answers, or if they are not keen of speaking, they can actually write down the answers as well, okay, or they show with their hands, right? In any way they can express, either using body language or verbally, as long as they can show that they know how to do, okay, then we will make sure that they get higher marks as well. Okay, so how does this math ability and soft skill affect their score or rankings? So math abilities will, if you are better at it, you will get a better score, okay? So we have the maximum score of 100. Okay? So for MCQ, it's either correct or wrong. But for open-ended questions, right, we will adjust the scores based on how much help they need. Okay, so if they can complete independently, they get more points than the kids that needs a bit more hints. Okay, sounds fair? Right? If your child can do themselves, they get a better score. If they need a little bit more help, they might get a slightly lower score. And for soft skill, okay, having this soft skill will help them complete the paper at a faster time. Okay, and why do we talk about score and time? Right, because compared to other levels of exams where we only look at score, for K1, since the paper is relatively fast, right, we want to compare how fast some kids do, because not all 100 marks are the same. Okay, so the ranking system. All right, so firstly, we have these awards. We have top 3%. Okay, that gives us platinum. Platinum, you have some scholarship award as well. Sorry, not cash prize. Okay, where you can visit the website and check out what it is. We also have gold, silver, and bronze. So you can take a look, and these are the awards that we have. Okay, and how does this affect? Alright, so if we have two students that got the same score, if they got 60 out of 100, okay, and we will be using the time taken to rank them. So if student A takes 18 minutes and 8 seconds, right, this will be better than the 19 minute and 10 second for student B. Okay, so this is our ranking system here, right? Because we predict that there will be a lot of students having the same score, right? Because I see a lot of talented kids here. I think a lot of them will get 90 something, right? So we want to differentiate them based on how fast they're doing. But you need to focus on their scores first, their accuracy, right? Rather than their speed, right? If they are very, very good at their math abilities already, then you can focus on completing it fast. So if you have the time, go and revisit the sample papers, the 3 sample papers I have, and try to do in exam condition. Exam condition being, you as a parent, you can read one by one to your child. Okay, and make sure that they can read themselves, maybe, and then make sure that they can justify. They can tell you, oh, because this one plus this one equals to that one, or because I compare the pig and the zebra together and the middle must be a green crocodile, something like that. Okay, so try to get them to articulate, because at this age, right, it's important to build on their communication skills as well. So I see no harm in doing that. And that's about it. If you have any questions, please ask in the chat here below. Okay, and I will attend to your questions shortly. Jalen, why are you typing? Why are you typing all numbers here? Alright, I see a question from Claire. So you're asking if the children have to explain to the teacher on the spot. Okay, so for the open-ended question, since the children might get the answer very fast, right? So they might be able to tell that, oh, it's fine. Okay, so we want the children to be able to justify the answer. Right, so they have to tell me why they get a 5 or how they get a 5. Or more importantly, how. Okay, maybe not the why, but how. Okay, and yes, correct. The faster he or she can explain, it doesn't affect the score, okay, but it affects the time. Okay, so the score is based on accuracy and how much help they will need. Okay, and the time overall would be how fast they get the questions correct. I hope that answers your question. Also, another thing, if we think that the children might be stuck on one question for very, very long, we may be inclined to move on to another question. Okay, so if they take more than 5 minutes for one question, okay, so if we think that they're gonna overshot for the timing, we will move them to another question instead. Okay, and since there are no more questions, maybe I'll end the stream now. If there are any questions from the ones watching the replay, you can text in the group, okay? Or you can text me directly. Alright, so thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time, okay? All the best for preparing your exams. And happy Halloween again. Okay, yes, Jalen? Ah, yes, they will. If they want to write workings, they can write on the paper. We will give them the materials they need to show, okay, including our test paper. We have a test paper provided. And extra paper if they need it for workings or, yeah, to show their work. Sorry, 10 pairs? I mean the test papers. Ah, I see. Yeah, if you encounter a calculation question, he can write the workings, right, however he wants. Okay, so he'll be given ample space, right, to do the question. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Oh, the calculation strategy stuff. If you're asking like whether the question will come out, I can't say, but it will be helpful. Right, so whatever I teach in the booster camps, so we have calculation booster, and next week we have spatial awareness boosters. It's best if you attend it because it not only helps with answering those type of questions, but understanding the logic behind it. right? Instead of just memorizing. Does he have to use them? All I can say is those are strategies that can help, but if they have their own ways of doing it, it's fine as well, right? As long as they can get to the answer. Our teachers are trained to know whether they know how to do it. Right? He don't have to use it. So yeah, that's my answer. Okay, good. Okay, any more questions from the YouTube side, from the WeChat side? Anyone has any questions? Okay, if not, then I guess we can end the stream now. Alright, so bye bye. Any questions can ask me straight, or either on WeChat or WhatsApp.